Thank you all for coming. This is Friday. I'm Stephen Carlson. This is the Sedona Method Support Call. I'm going to start the call with a group release, and the topic is, what is the topic? Worrying about those you love. So it's a very common pattern. This is where carrying shifts over into carrying. And it means that rather than simply feeling concerned for another person, a person that we love, we begin to take responsibility. And the mind goes overtime, into overdrive. And common symptoms would be, of course, insomnia, nervous exhaustion, and sometimes even physical collapse. So, what does it mean to love too much? What does it mean to worry about others in a kind of pathological sense? And I mean that in the most gentle possible way, but there is a sense of burden in this behavior as well, because by taking responsibility for the other, it prevents the other from taking action on their own or taking the responsibility for themselves. And also, of course, it ends up just exhausting us as we spin our wheels in these loops of worry. So let's work on this with the Sedona method. Start by just taking a deep breath and think of somebody that you care about, somebody you're concerned about, somebody who you might be carrying rather than just caring for. And if it's a stretch for you, just think of somebody that you love and cherish and honor and wish to hold in your heart. And when you're ready, I'd like to invite you just to imagine the worst possible scenario. What is it that could happen, might happen, that you would like to avoid? Allow the mind just to go into the pattern of trying to anticipating disaster. Take a breath or two and just notice how that shows up in the body, the tension, discomfort. And then notice also how this shows up in the mind, the thoughts, perhaps the running commentary, a voice, or maybe just images, sounds, memories, stories. And just as you allow yourself to hold all of this, could you open even further? Give it permission to be like this, just for now. And notice all that comes up. And when you're ready, check and see if there's any resistance to this. Resistance can show up as that feeling that it's uncomfortable. It can be a desire to feel differently, to change what's here now. Ultimately, it comes down to a desire to control, a resistance to what is. So just notice that, and as best you can, just allow that to be here as well, since it's here anyway. And then when you're ready, check also to see if this feels personal. Of course it does. Just notice how that lands. Ultimately, it feels like it's our responsibility to carry the other one. Just notice how that shows up for you. And when you're ready, could you let that go? And would you? When? So, at the core of this pattern is a feeling that you're responsible for the other, responsible for how they feel, for their moods, responsible for fixing them, their life, responsible for preventing bad outcomes, protecting them, responsible for knowing what to do. So just notice how this burden lands. Notice how it feels in the body. Notice how it shows up in the mind. The feeling that I'm responsible, I have to carry the burden of the one I love, however that seems to show up. And notice also how that produces the opposite. There's also a feeling of no, of resistance. To the weight, there is a sort of a counter, well, a reaction. Who wants that weight? It's an impossibility. Who could be so responsible? It may not show up like that for you. Just notice how resistance shows up, that desire to control all of this, the feelings. And ultimately, this comes down to that sense of me. I am the one that carries. So just notice how personal it feels. And this time, see if you can find the one who feels that way. Look for that sense of the individual, the person within who is struggling, who feels that sense of burden. And just notice how it feels. Notice how it lands. Notice what comes up for you. Underlying all of these feelings so often is that weight of guilt. The guilt says that whatever you do is never going to be enough. You failed that other person. You should have known. You should have done more. You're still not doing enough. Notice that feeling as well, that guilt that comes up. For some of us, it even feels like I cannot feel good because that other person doesn't feel good. So just notice what's feeling true for you in this moment, how this comes up for you. And what if this is really a form of love? Now, it might not look like that on the surface. But if you agree that the motivation for all of this is somehow that the other should experience a positive outcome, then maybe the mind can agree that this is actually just an attempt to love. It's the mind's way of loving. The mind is not at home, at ease with love. The mind is rather ham-fisted in its attempts. But it's trying to protect. We can agree on that. Trying to control. But what if all of this comes from just an underlying sense of love? So just for now, let's return to the beginning. Think about that person, whoever it is that you worry about. And just allow yourself to feel the feelings, whatever that is for you, however that comes up. The concern, the responsibility, the worry. Wanting it all to be better, wanting a good outcome. However all these feelings come up for you, what if, and this is an invitation, what if all of this is simply love? Could you allow it to be what it truly is? This simple invitation is, in my experience, quite powerful. At the root of every feeling that may be labeled as bad, uncomfortable, unwanted, it's been my experience that if you look closely, if you open to the possibility, what you may discover is love wearing a mask. So would you just allow that mask to drop away and allow all of what's being experienced to show up as love, as that radiant, living energy. All of the intensity of emotion that comes up when you think about this person, the concern, the care, could all of that simply be allowed to show up as what it is? Love. And notice that as you breathe, it moves naturally through the body. So just allow yourself to be love. And allow love to melt away the concerns, as it does. And allow yourself to come to rest as that love. Well, here we are. Good. I guess that feels good for now. Thank you all for coming. So this is a support call. I recognize most, if not all of you, and I invite you now just to go ahead and raise your hand or unmute if you'd like to ask a question, share a gain, or get some one-on-one work. I'm also going to post a message in the chat just now. There you go. Well, I do enjoy silence.
Hey,
Hello.
Stephen.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay today. Finally.
Okay.
Today was a rough morning, but things are going well now.
Cool.
I really don't have anybody to worry about except for my son, but he's a he's a man now, so all that's. Can you hear me okay?
I'm just clipping in. Yeah. Does that sound good now?
Yeah.
All right then. Good. So you're not worried about your son. Okay then.
I'm done worrying about him. I spent too many years worrying about him. But as a father yourself, you really never stop being concerned about them or wondering what if they're doing well, even though you don't hear from them
I see.
as much as you like. But I'd like to release on. I woke up with this immense fear in my gut, and I don't know what it was about. It's gone now, which is good. As I
Hmm.
got up and started my day, but well, you know what? I guess I shouldn't worry about it if it's gone.
Would you like to worry about it anyway?
No, I wouldn't. No, I'd rather not worry about anything.
Well, so you just brought up something interesting, and that's just how the mind works. In other
Oh yeah.
words, there's a memory of something. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
The mind wants to bring it back and try and fix it so it never happens again, but that's just putting it on repeat.
Yep.
So are we going to
Yep.
skip that repeat for now?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wants to. Yeah. The more you give it thought, the more it's bound to come back up.
Well, are you curious to know what that fear was?
I think I know what it was, and I'm dealing with that, and I've dealt a lot better with it with the situation I'm dealing with right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ongoing drama, if you will.
Okay.
It has to do with my vehicle. That's
Mm-hmm.
I bought a lemon, and I'm working with the guy that sold it to me, the dealership that sold it to me. So he actually called me up today and had a very interesting proposition. So it may work out
Okay.
better than what he was thinking before. I kind of have him over boat, I mean, over barrel, if you will. And I think he's realizing that now and doesn't want me to pull the plug, if you will.
Let me just ask you, would you like to feel a bit more free about that situation?
Yes, I would.
Okay. So just notice what it brings up when you think about having a lemon, when you think about this guy who sold that car.
Well, it's the financial aspect. I'm looking at $5,000 to put into just to fix it.
Aha,
To be
the
fair,
burden of the
I'm
money.
driving it now, but only a couple of miles here, a couple of miles there. But it needs a new transmission, power steering. Uh, and this morning I went to start it up and it just kind of, ground. You push the button, and then it started. I'm like, yeah, oh God, not something else. So that was, yeah, I'd like to release more on that.
Well, let's look at the fear, what that is. What is
Yeah.
the worst possible thing that could happen? And you can just answer it to yourself or out loud as you will.
Well, that I fully lose the money that I spent or am paying on it
Mm-hmm.
for the next 4 years on a vehicle that doesn't work.
And then what happens?
Then I go into more debt,
And then what happens?
and then I just got I finally, through a series of supernatural events, my credit got completely cleared up. So I'm A plus now. And I'm looking at what could happen. It would be like, okay, this would probably destroy my credit again.
And then what happens?
And then I would be back in the same boat I was 4 years ago.
And what boat is that?
Actually, that boat was pretty good. I was taken care of. I had a vehicle. I was living in Sedona.
Okay.
Now, if I go back 3 years, that's a different story. But it's all
Okay.
past, so that has nothing to do with the future or now.
Okay.
It's all goofy.
I was actually leading you down the garden path. I hope you understand.
I understand,
So the point is that if you ask, what is the worst thing that could happen, and then what happens, and then what happens,
right?
this very often leads you, you know, to the inevitable. What is the worst possible thing? Okay, I can lose the money. What does that mean? I lose my credit. Okay, what then? Well, then I'm in financial difficulties. Okay, what then? Well, then I can't afford rent and I can't afford food. Okay, then what? Then I'm living on the street. Okay, then what?
That's a goofy situation.
It leads you all the way to death ultimately, doesn't it? If
Absolutely.
everything, yeah, yeah.
Especially up here in the winter.
No,
No, that's not good.
no,
But that won't happen.
no.
No, because I'm taken care of. We all are, as long as we surrender to it. That's my knowing.
Well, that feels more like a gain than anything else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what about this person that you need to speak to about this car that seems to have problems? How do you feel about that person?
I am hesitant to give him any leash, any length of chain. I don't trust him.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's a used car salesman.
Ah, okay.
He's a decent person. He's the owner, and the guy I dealt with was a salesman,
Mm-hmm.
and he just lied, you know, whatever. Maybe he didn't, but who knows? I like them both. I really do. Doesn't, I mean, they're locals. I mean, we live in the same town
Mm-hmm.
of 2,000 people. You know, it's kind of hard not to, you don't want to ruin a person's reputation or shut their business down, but I have the ability to do that because of what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to take me for a ride.
Well, so in that story, yeah, notice that sense of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Mistrust.
Well, certainly mistrust. And also there's that sense of, in a way, preparing to do violence if needed, so to speak. And I don't mean that you're actually doing physical violence, but yeah, violence to reputation, you could say,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so there's a separate you facing a separate him, and an assumption that, you know, if you allow things to go the natural way, then things are screwed and you're not going to have anything, right? So you have
That
to
would,
have that leverage. You have to be prepared to be forceful to get your
yep.
way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but just notice how that feels in the body.
I notice it, and I have that ability very, very, very deep inside me as I grew up that way,
Oh, for sure.
as you know. I mean, as you know,
Yeah.
but I've not gotten into this situation for decades, and I don't want to, but I will if I have to because it's self-preservation.
Okay, that's it right there. So just notice that desire to survive, all right? Self-preservation. Allow that to be here. That's the feeling of it. And if you check and see, it's like, how intensely is that here? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the most
Self-preservation,
sure. Is that a feeling in the body? Is that coming up as
and
thoughts?
it's 10.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know my health challenges,
Right.
and they've gotten a little more challenging.
Now we're getting to the heart of it. So it feels like physical survival is at stake.
Oh, well, yes, it is, as far as my situations, yeah.
Okay, step back from the mind a little bit and allow the feeling to be here. Just this, notice the body and take a few breaths and just look around with curiosity at what's happening, how the body is reacting to all this, right? Could be the heart, speeding up a little bit, discomfort, tension.
The body's at peace right now.
Okay, then. So how is this showing up for you?
It's really not.
So,
Either that or it's just gone. By talking about it seems to have released.
yeah,
And that's a huge benefit just by talking sometimes to a person.
sure.
You don't want to complain, but sometimes you just got to get out what you got to get out.
Right. Well, what's here now?
Peace, comfort.
So go back to that scenario. Think about yourself
Yep.
speaking to this man, the owner.
Yep.
And also, you can think about what happened with the salesperson,
Oh, yeah.
the whole scenario.
And the mechanic that passed an inspection when it shouldn't have, and all that they work together.
Ah, right.
And I got them by that. So,
Okay. Well, so when you bring all that to mind right now, what's here? Uh, Again, is there any reaction in the body, memories,
no,
images, sounds?
no, I have the upper hand and it's going to work out just fine.
So that statement, I have the upper hand, still contains some amount of charge. Do you feel that?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, what if you don't get what you want? Can you imagine that? What if they just decide to be as terrible as they possibly can and screw you, Keith?
Right. Well, you know what? I won't allow that to happen.
Well, maybe it's not going to happen in real life, but just for now, could you just imagine it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
right. Just notice the feelings that come up when you see in your mind's eye those people reacting like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And your worst fear is coming true, or at least that fear.
Just for now. Yeah.
Hmm. And then let's do the opposite. What if everything works out even better than you'd hoped?
Okay.
Check and see how that feels. How does the body respond to that?
That feels good.
Uh-huh.
And he actually, the conversation I just had with him before I got on this call was leading that way.
Good. And now the opposite. What if it
Okay.
really goes
Lush.
the worst possible scenario, the worst
I
case?
I have to start all over again.
How does that feel? Just notice how it lands.
Yeah, in a pit.
Uh-huh. And could that be allowed if that's what's here? Uh-huh. And then the opposite, the best case.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh. And back to the worst case. You're
Yeah,
screwed. They are laughing.
yeah.
And then the best case. You're all
I
best
like
friends.
this scenario much better.
Sure. But notice also, going back and forth, that might also loosen up the bad feeling a little bit as well. Or
Oh
does it?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. My belly's getting better.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's do it this way. Could you just welcome up that worst possible scenario, the worst case that could happen?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And just notice, again, all the feeling in the body.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Any thoughts, memories, images, fantasies?
Oh yeah.
And if you're ready, could you let go of wanting that to happen?
Yes,
And would you?
yes.
And when?
Now.
Good. And could you open yourself even further to the goodness, to the solution, to the connection, the
Yes,
common humanity? Good outcome
yes,
for you, good outcome for them as well. Could that be a possibility?
yes. That's the way I've tried to live my life.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want it to go backwards.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want it to go back to the Boston days.
Right.
Too old for that stuff,
Right.
or too
What you're
young for.
talking about is the hard
Yeah,
side of life, rolling up your sleeves and getting ready to fight.
yeah.
Right.
A hard scrabble life.
Yeah.
But it did a lot for me, made me stronger in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
If I hadn't been able to go through that, if I hadn't been able, well, if I did not go through all of that, I don't think I would have made it through what I've gone through physically and challenges throughout the rest of the other part of my life that is this life.
That may be well true. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
Or who knows, maybe I would have been fine or better, but whatever.
How does
It
that
is
feel
what
for now, Keith? Are we,
we're complete.
yeah, okay. I wish
Yeah.
you the best with that situation, of course.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen, and God bless you.
You too. Cool. All right, then. So that was, oh, hello, Kate.
Hello.
Lovely. Good to hear from you.
I'm going to switch to my camera in just a second. Here we go. Hello.
Oh,
So,
you're a different Kate than I expected, so that's even, hello.
yeah, different. This is my first time on the call. My friend just sent me a link 15 minutes ago and said, this might be for you. So, everything you said during the release, cheers to that. I got my own right here. Um, it just rang true. Every word you said, that's me. I have been carrying my mother for over 6 years, and I'm really ready to feel a lot more free and just a lot more me. And it's something that she wants for me too, but she was just in hospital again last night. And because my sister hasn't been up to taking over from me, and she hasn't helped at all so far, it's been really hard to let go.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But geographically, I'm in a very different place right now. So at least that sort of separation has happened. She's in Austria and I'm in Croatia. So I'm about 10 hours away. So I can't actually rush in and save the day. So I think that's a good thing.
There. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So where shall we start this? Can you just imagine? Well, actually, let me ask you, where would you like to feel more free?
Overall, because really I have been releasing for the past 48 hours nonstop, and I thought I was pretty much through with it all. But when you started doing the release, I was going into panic mode, and I allowed myself to go into panic mode, like heart racing, sweating, nauseous, like really
Mm-hmm.
nauseous,
Okay.
everything full on. Just free, totally free.
Okay. So I wonder, is that available still, that feeling of panic that you just described? Not that you want to feel it, but if you just check and see, is it there?
Yes.
All right, then. Yeah. And I'm going to invite you to do the thing that you absolutely don't want to do. Could you give this permission to be here, open even wider, and invite even a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how intensely is this coming up? 10 is the maximum.
9.5
Is that the
right
best you
now.
can do?
Yeah. You want me to push further?
I'm not asking to push, just see if it's there anyway.
All right, it's a 10.
Well done. I was sure about you. You could do that. So, could you give it permission to be here just a little longer, not forever, but just for now,
Yep.
and just sit with it like that? And does it show up in the body, or is it mostly something
Yeah,
mental?
a lot. It's everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, well, right now, could you focus on what's happening in the body exclusively? Just drop down and, with a little bit of curiosity, have a look around.
In my like surroundings or in my body?
In the body, yes. So
Yeah.
just notice, because very often from the throat down is a big place to look. Also, tension in the head, neck, shoulders, body, discomfort.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to describe everything, but when you're ready,
So, pressure in my chest, belly, my throat it was painful before, it's not painful now. The pressure is, as I'm talking, is rising to about here.
mhm,
Freezing cold hands, seriously panic mode. Yeah.
seriously panic mode. Okay,
Yeah.
all right then. So, could you just allow that to be here and give it permission?
Yes.
And would you like to do an experiment?
Sure.
This may sound completely crazy, but flow with me here. What if none of that means anything at all? What if it doesn't have a name, a reason, a description, a story?
Okay.
Could you let go of wanting this to mean anything?
Yes.
And would you?
Yes.
And when?
Now.
Mhm. So notice that what's happening in the body is simply sensation. We are the ones who say good, bad. All right?
Yeah.
Some people will go onto roller coasters to feel what you're feeling right now and pay money.
I'm the free ride.
You get it for free.
Okay, free.
Okay.
Anytime I pretty much want, yeah.
Well, so now let's play another game, which is this. Could you enjoy this? Could you actually sit and ride on the roller coaster and just enjoy the thrill?
Yes.
However crazy that sounds.
It's crazy, but I'm crazy, all right. So it fits. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And take it one step further, and can you savor every little bit of this sensation that's being felt? You've been waiting all your life to feel this. You paid whatever money, and here you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so just allow yourself to feel it all and to drink it in and to savor it, however crazy that sounds.
Very. It's a good kind of crazy.
Yeah. And notice, is it the same as when you started, or is it shifting in some way?
Oh, it already started way before when you started talking to me about what was happening. It started shifting, and it was almost like a positive sort of excitement, that kind of a shift, like a little fish running through my body. It felt like shivers. Yeah.
Right. It doesn't have to make sense, by the way. Of course it doesn't.
Mm.
Yeah.
Not looking for any.
Good, 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 good. Because you won't find any. Emotion doesn't make any sense at all, which is also liberating. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels better. It feels so much better. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so one more shift. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What if all of this is just a feeling of love? Think about your mother. This is your mother you're talking about, right? Picture her in your mind's eye. What if all of this physical sensation is just love standing up to cheer?
Yeah, it is.
And the simple question is, would you feel this way if you didn't care?
No,
Of course not.
no.
So what else could it possibly be?
Love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost being on a date kind of love. You know,
Well,
the excitement.
there's a little bit more to it as well, though. As you mentioned your sister, you mentioned your mother. You've taken this great burden of responsibility, right? As you set yourself free, could you set them free as well?
I'd like to, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So think about your sister for a moment and think about your mother for a moment. And
Mhm.
could you allow them to be as they are and to have the reactions they do and take the actions they do? Would you give them that permission?
Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
When?
Now. Yeah. There's only now. When else? Now. Might as well.
Exactly. Exactly. The freedom that you feel in regard to this is the freedom that they are also allowed to feel. Do you have a sense of what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said you already understand that your mother would really rather that you didn't. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me away for the past 2 years. She's been telling me to go, and I've been going and coming back because there was some kind of an emergency, and my sister was just not there.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems that with the releasing I've been doing, my sister is actually beginning to sort of grow into her role, whatever that needs to be or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And me physically far away is also a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
It is the releasing that really has made a change already.
Yeah. Well, one last little bit right there is, could you let yourself off the hook for reacting this way?
Yeah, absolutely. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't bad. It was a roller coaster, right?
Well,
But it was okay. I mean, I did well.
sure, 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 sure. Well, all of this, yeah, that's right. Yeah, good,
That's how I like to see it.
good,
Yeah.
good, good. Yeah. Well, does that feel complete then?
It does. I mean, the excitement is still there, but it's almost like anticipation because I feel like there's something new I can look forward to now. I feel like I'm not even aware of the repercussions of what just happened, but I know there are going to be a lot of those. And I mean, just really far reaching and really deep.
Excellent. Well, that's great. Um, If you need, I'd invite you to watch this recording again. It could be useful if you feel like you need it. It will be on YouTube, and well, I'm sure you'll find your way to it. There are a couple different. There's a
Thank
link
you.
in the. Yeah. So, actually, let me
Brilliant.
just ask you: are you subscribed to the email list, or would you like the information? Or
I would love the information actually, because my friend just telegrammed me with this event
okay,
10 minutes before the event. So
I'm just going to quickly type it into the chat.
I'll screenshot it then. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I'll just
I think I got that right. I did. Good. Good. I'm glad
beautiful.
that you came, and it's good to meet you, Kate, and I hope that's useful.
Me too. It was big. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Well, taking a breath. Ladislav.
Hi, Stephen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Cool. Let me know if there will be more.
I'm sorry? What was that? Lottie, did you just say something? There might be a problem now, technically. I don't know. I'm not hearing anything. I do think we might be having a problem here. Let's give Ladislav a chance to figure that out. I think he's left the call. If anybody else would like to step up, I welcome you to share a gain or ask a question, or we can also work together one-on-one, or I can even do a group release. Up to you. It might also be worth telling you at this point, I'm envisioning a change to this Friday support call that I do. I will be moving towards a paid model, which will be announced shortly. I'll make that change at the end of the year, and I think it'll be a good deal for everybody involved. That's my intention for this matter. Oh, I see. There's a request from Marie to have a group release of Lost or Loss. Marie, if you'd like to unmute, maybe I'd like to hear a bit more about this group release idea. A loss of what? It could be just loss in general, I suppose. Would you like to be a bit more specific about that? The loss of someone. Okay. I'm sensing there's something more to. Oh. It's very sweet. So what I have from Marie is a request for a group release of loss, the loss of someone, and you don't have to apologize for your English, it's quite okay. But, well, I can do that briefly. I see that Ladislav has joined the call again. I'll do a brief release on loss. And I don't know if this means that, Marie, you've lost somebody recently or that you fear losing someone, but let's work on both sides of that. So just imagine somebody that you love. And I hope that each of us has at least one of those. And just notice what comes up when you think about losing that person. And it could mean death, it could mean the breakup of a relationship, whatever it means to you to lose that person, just feel that loss. Allow that to shift in the body. Allow it to be here. And notice how much you wish that would be different. Nobody wants to feel this. So just notice that no. And then check and see, does this feel personal? Yes, you being cut off from them. Notice how personal that feels. Loss is always personal. And just for now, as strange as this might sound, could you let go of wanting that to happen? Now, I know that does sound strange, because why would you want that to be that way? But don't expect feelings to make sense. So just one more time, as best you can, could you let go of wanting to lose this person? And would you? And when? And now let's go back to the beginning. Hold in mind that person. And when you're ready, imagine losing that person. Or if that person has died, or if you've lost that relationship, allow that to feel as it feels, the sense of loss. Just as best you can, allow it all to be here. And then, when you're ready, the invitation comes, what if that's actually just love? Could you be open to the possibility that these feelings are simply a kind of twisted appearance of love? Could you allow this feeling to melt into the love that you are? Allow the feelings to shift inside and to show up as they truly are. Could you simply allow yourself to love the other as you do? Sometimes we hold on to these feelings of loss, of grief, because it feels like that is the connection to the other. If I don't feel these things, then I've really lost the other. Then I really don't care. Then that person is really gone. So that's one reason why we can hold on to grief, because it feels like holding on to that grief is an act of love. And so I would invite you, could you let go of that and see what lies beyond? And would you? And when? So that was a simple and short and sweet release about losing somebody. And I'm just going to check with Marie. Would that feel appropriate? Is that what you were looking for. Okay. 2 thumbs up from the chat. And so I'm going to invite Ladislav, who has reappeared on the call. Would you like to unmute and speak? I think you might have solved your...
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
My connection was shit, so I think I
Never
had to
mind.
change it.
It's okay.
You
Well, you're back.
well, for as much time as we will have, I would like to release a little bit on the whole situation of kind of being emotionally exhausted and like being stuck on some negative emotions for a longer time, like wanting to fit in, loneliness, not being good enough, and this kind of stuff. Very much based on love, approval, control.
Is there a situation or a person, or is it just a feeling?
It's a lot of social situations in these days.
Okay. So all of those feelings that you've just named, are they here now? Can they be felt?
Just tiny bits. Yeah, not so much on the surface.
So what if all of this is just a story? And by the way, when I say story, I don't mean to devalue what you've said. That's not the
I know.
thing here. But is it possible this is simply a story of feeling that way? And it may be that you felt this way repeatedly. But the story is about, usually you see words like always. I always feel like this always happens. That's a very, very important clue, right? That's what makes us into a pattern. And the mind comes up with stories as a way of trying to protect you. But it also chooses memories to create the story, right? And you may see, is it possible that the stories it's selected for that, the memories it's selected are the most extreme examples? Are there other occasions where you didn't feel this way?
Yeah.
It helps to look at how the story is constructed. That's why we're going through this. Because ultimately, the story is a construction. It's a useful thing in many cases. It's how we communicate and, how we go through life with stories. We're built around stories. The only problem is when we believe them, we hold on to them. Because ultimately, stories are simply creations of the mind. You have a sense of that? So just for now, could you feel all of this as real as it seems to feel?
Yeah, it looks real on the outside.
And then could you notice also how unreal it really is?
Okay.
Do you have a sense of that, or is it just too abstract at the moment?
It's a bit abstract, yeah.
Yeah, I had a sense of that. Could you allow it to feel as real as it really does? Give it as much weight as it seems to have? And let's check and see. Does this show up just in the mind or also in the body?
Both.
Can you tell which is stronger?
I don't know. Maybe mind, but I don't know.
Maybe the mind. Okay. Okay, so check and see, is there any wanting to change this? Any wanting to push it away or even hold on to it and understand it better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And does it feel personal?
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Could you let that go? And remember, either answer is
Yeah.
okay.
Unwillingly, but yes.
Where'd you let it go?
Yeah.
And when?
Now.
Okay. So again, let's just start with the story that you told of feeling not good enough.
Yeah, not fitting in.
Not fitting in. The outsider. And how does that show up now? On a scale of 1 to 10, how intensely does it show up?
Maybe 5,
Maybe 5?
but it looks real, like to me.
5 is 5, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the story seems to be true.
Mm-hmm. Well, could you open up even further to it? Could you welcome up even 6? Would that be available? Even a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And notice how this shows up in the body. See if you can focus on what's happening in the body for a moment. And just look for any tension, discomfort, contraction, anything that you don't like.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavy on in the chest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So could you focus on the chest for a moment and breathe into it? And would you give it permission to be that way, just for a little bit longer? Not forever, just for now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, on your left hand, the smallest finger, we call this the pinky, could you focus on the very tip of that finger? Put all of your attention on the sensations coming from the tip of this little finger. Make that your entire focus just for now. And when you're ready, could you
Mm-hmm.
shift attention back to the chest? What's happening in the rest of the body? And then,
It might be a little anxious,
uh-huh. And then
maybe.
focus on the little finger again. Inviting you to make a couple quick shifts. The finger, then the chest. Am I going too fast? The finger,
Mm-hmm.
chest. One last time, the finger. And finally, back to the body, the chest. Is it the same as when you started, or has it shifted? Either answer is okay.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Certainly. Do the feelings feel the same as when you started, or have things changed?
More relaxed.
More relaxed. Okay. Would you like to be even more relaxed?
Sure.
Notice what that is. That's desire. That's actually a resistance to what is. Could you just notice that you want to feel differently? Let that be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then could you notice what you feel in the body at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
And could you resist it as much as you do? Even more, could you resist it?
Yeah.
And then back to the body. And resistance.
Yeah.
And back to the body again. And let me ask you a few questions. Which do you prefer?
Mm-hmm.
Resistance or just the feeling?
Yeah, feeling.
And is the feeling the same now, or has it also changed?
I think it changed.
Mm-hmm. So let's go back to that whole idea. I don't fit in. Check and see what happens now. What reaction? Does it feel true? Does it feel powerful? Does it feel painful?
My body is very relaxed right now, and it seems less real, but still.
Okay. That but still, is that coming from the mind? Or is that the feeling of the body?
I'm not sure.
Okay, never mind that. So, let's just check and see. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strongly are you feeling that feeling?
Maybe 3.
Okay. And this may be a crazy question, but could you let go of wanting to feel that?
No.
Good. And would you?
No.
Okay then. And when?
No.
It's a wonderful thing, I think, those no's, because those are very honest. There is a desire to hold on to that feeling, and it's a natural one as well. So just notice the feeling. I'm not good enough. I don't fit in. And could you welcome up as much as possible? Allow it to be here. Give it permission.
Give what permission?
The feeling of I don't fit in. I don't feel good enough. Others don't want me. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just notice how this shows up. Notice the thoughts, images. There may be a voice. Notice the body, how it reacts. The feelings in the body, the sensations. And just for now, could you hold on to this as tightly as you can?
Yeah.
And even just a bit more. And then, when you're ready,
Mm-hmm.
could you simply allow it to be like that? Give it permission to be like that. Open to it even more, just as best you can.
Yeah.
And let me just check with you. Was there any part of you that said no?
No, right now it's the body is slowly turning off, so it's all good.
Okay, then. All right, then. So once again, could you open to these feelings? As you said, I don't fit in. And just allow this to feel as real as it does. Give it permission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now let's do a completely different check. Are you these sensations in the body? Or are you that which is observing, feeling, witnessing these sensations?
Mm. Can you say it again, please?
Are these sensations you?
Mm-hmm.
Sensations in the body? Also, are these thoughts, what's happening in the mind, is this you? Or are you that which is aware of thoughts, is aware of sensations?
Aware.
Mm-hmm. Take a moment to rest in that awareness and to notice how it feels to simply witness.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, is there any reason to stop these thoughts, or is there any problem with these physical sensations, or could they be allowed just for now?
They can be, and also
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them mostly, and I try to avoid it. I tried.
What did you say before that, though? You try to avoid that, but before that, what did you say?
Mm. Um, Actually, I don't know anymore. I forgot.
Never mind, never mind. Good. Good. So just allow yourself to rest as that which is aware of thoughts and aware of feelings,
Yeah.
sensations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that feels like a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's now 15 minutes after the hour. I'm very flexible about this. Um, I'm going to address myself now to Marie. I know you feel uncomfortable about speaking. You can type as well. Is that enough? Are we good, or did you want to go a little further with the topic of loss? And if not, that's okay too. Going once, going twice. Done. Thank you for coming to the support call. So I enjoy these, and I hope you do too. And I'll see you all next week, and I wish you a good week in the meantime. So I'm going to stop the recording.